Good morning. Good morning, बच्चों. Anmol, Krish, good morning.
Good morning.
Beta, both of you were not there yesterday for the second class?
Yes, sir.
Yesterday when we had the second class, I think it was a fifth or a sixth period, you both were there or you were not there? Did you do this topic yesterday with me? I think you all were not there. Imbibition? No, no?
Ma'am, I was not there. Actually, network problem was there.
You were not there. What about Anadir
morning,
was there?
ma'am.
I remember. Yes, you were there. Anmol, you were also not there, no? When we did imbibition yesterday, I think you were also not there that time. This topic. So how did you manage? You missed the topic or did you see the video? Children, I'm asking those who missed this topic yesterday. Did
Ma'am,
you
I've
see
seen the video.
beta, in case there is some network issue or you have to go somewhere, please see the videos at night. At least that link will continue, that topic which you have missed. It should not miss out entirely. So what are the two common examples of imbibition in our daily life? Answer quickly. Let me see how much you people have
Seeds,
seen.
seeds soaked in water, and in rainy season, wooden doors swell and they do not close.
Very good, very good. This is what when you're regular for your classes, immediately I get the answers from students. Fine. How much pressure does one seed exert approximately when it gets stuck in the crevice of a rock? You remember how much
1000
pressure?
Ma'am,
decimal
1000 ATM,
atmosphere.
Very good.
1000 atmosphere.
Very good, very good. Okay, fine. Let me see. Very good, children. Those who attended classes, they know. What are the three factors which generally affect imbibition?
Pressure, generation of heat, and volume.
Very good.
Solute,
What is
pressure, and gravity.
what is the pressure called?
Imbibition pressure.
Very good. Imbibition pressure. And what is the heat called?
Heat of
Heat
hydration or
of
heat of
hydration or
Rate
wetting.
of
heat of wetting.
hydration.
Excellent. What does DPD stand for?
Diffusion pressure deficit.
Good, good. So now we have revised what we did yesterday in the last period. We need to revise. There are some numericals which I've taken up. Okay. Of diffusion pressure deficit also, which I'll be taking up with you later. See, DPD. If I say DPD, then maybe some question comes. In terms of DPD, they will ask you that material will flow, movement will be from this cell to this cell or this cell to this cell. We need to understand these questions. Everybody knows what is DPD. It is the deficit. And deficit is always towards solution side or pure solvent. Where do we have a low pressure? Tell me.
Solution.
Yes, very good.
Solution.
So now which kind of questions generally we expect in DPD that I'm going to show you, and we are going to do one or two questions. Remember that whenever we talk about DPD, things are going to move from lower DPD to higher DPD in terms of water potential. Whenever we talk about Tertius cells, water molecules are less or water molecules are more compared to a flaccid cell?
More.
More.
Ma'am, more.
Ma'am, more.
So turgid cells, water molecules will be more. That means the concentration is high. So they will move towards lower concentration. That means they'll move towards a flaccid cell. In terms of DPD, what we need to remember is this only, lower DPD to higher DPD. See this kind of questions. There is one cell, A, osmotic pressure is how much? 10. What does OP stand for?
Osmotic pressure.
There is a formula
Osmotic pressure.
DPD. Yes, DPD is equal to OP
Osmotic pressure.
minus WP. Speak with me. DPD is equal to OP minus WP. What is the formula for DPD? Tell me quickly. OP minus
OP minus
WP.
OP minus WP.
What is OP?
Osmotic
Osmotic.
Osmotic
Osmotic
pressure.
And this WP is your wall pressure, which is called as Sturger pressure in biology. The pressure exerted by the wall pressure, WP. Okay? This is also known as Sturger pressure. What do you call this wall pressure WP as?
Turgor pressure.
Turgor pressure.
And what is OP?
Osmotic pressure.
Osmotic
pressure.
pressure.
So your formula becomes DPD is equal to OP minus TP. What does it become now? OP minus TP. Because TP is actually WP. Turgor pressure is equal to wall pressure. Now see this question. There is one cell, osmotic pressure is 10, Turgor pressure is 6. So if I calculate DPD, OP minus TP, it comes to how much?
4.
4.
4.
Very good. Let's go to another cell. Osmotic pressure is 10 and Turgor pressure is 4. So DPD is OP minus TP. How much is DPD coming?
6.
6.
6.
6. Now the questions will come like this. This will not be given to you. DPD you will have to calculate yourself. Only this much will be given to you. OP will be given, TP will be given. And the question will be, from which cell the water movement will occur? A to B or B to A? Okay. So you will calculate DPD on your own. So you have calculated DPD. Here it is 4. Here it is 6. So we always know, I just told you movement is from lower DPD to movement is always from what? Lower DPD to, see this line first
Higher
line, lower
DPD.
higher DPD. So will the material move from A to B or B to A?
A to
A to
B.
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 A to B. Because it always
A
moves
to
from
B.
which DPD to which DPD?
Lower DPD
Lower
to higher
DPD to
DPD.
higher
Lower
DPD.
to
higher
higher
DPD.
DPD.
DPD is calculated using a simple formula. Tell me the simple formula. OP minus.
OP minus TP.
Minus TP.
TP.
What is OP?
Osmotic pressure.
Osmotic pressure.
Means
Osmotic pressure.
the pressure is exerted by water on the walls of the cell. This is osmotic pressure. And we have another term. After OP, I gave you one more term. What was it? Which P?
Turgor pressure. WP or TP.
Turgor pressure, TP or WP wall pressure. Both of them are same. Yesterday, I told you water exerts pressure on the walls of the cell. And the walls of the cell also exert a pressure on the cell. So the water pressure is your Turgor pressure and WP. So what is the formula for calculating DPD, children?
OP
OP
plus
minus-
OP minus WP.
Minus DP.
Okay. Now please note down a question and tell me whether the material will move from A to B or it will move from B to A. Are you all ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
You need to calculate the DPD yourself. Okay. Note down, beta. There is one cell, cell A. The OP is 20. Please note down cell A, osmotic pressure is 20. Turgor pressure is 10. Turgor pressure is 10. Come to cell B now. Okay. Your osmotic pressure is 40. And your Turgor pressure is again 10. Turgor pressure is same in both the cases. The wall pressure or the Turgor pressure is 10 only. Now tell me, the movement of materials will take place from cell A to cell B or B to A and why?
Ma'am, A to B.
A
A
to
to
B.
B.
Ma'am, A
Ma'am,
to B.
because
How will you
A
explain
has
this?
lower. Ma'am, A has lower DPD, that is 10, and B has higher DPD, that is 30.
Very good. So you'll express your answer. First, you'll give the formula of DPD. Okay. Let us discuss how to write this answer. First, we'll write the formula of DPD. What was the formula?
OP minus
OP minus TP.
So in case of cell A,
dp.
very good. In case of cell A, we are going to calculate DPD. Came how much? What was the value of DPD in the first cell?
20.
You only was it 20?
10, sorry. 10, 10.
10, yes. And then we'll calculate DPD for cell B. How much was it coming?
30.
30.
Then after this, you will write that we know the movement is always from dash DPD to dash DPD. Lower to higher or higher to lower?
Lower to higher.
Lower to higher.
So the cell movement will be from this cell to this cell. This is how you will express your cell. So once again, a very quick revision of DPD. What is the full form of DPD?
Diffusion pressure deficit.
Diffusion pressure deficit.
It is calculated in terms of two pressures. DPD is equal to, tell the formula.
Osmotic pressure minus
Turgor
Turgor
pressure.
pressure.
Turgor.
Yes. Osmotic pressure means the pressure exerted by the material or the water on the walls of the cell. And Turgor pressure is the pressure which the wall is going to exert. So we got a simple formula. Turgor pressure is also known as
Wall pressure.
Wall pressure.
So don't worry if the formula somewhere is written WP. So we get two formulas, na? Then in place of TP, we can write WP also. So what are the two formulas? Supposing in numericals, I do not give TP, I give you WP. So you'll use the other formula because we know TP is equal to WP. Tell me the two formulas of DPD quickly.
OP minus TP
OP
or
minus
OP
TP,
minus
OP
WP.
minus
P minus
WP.
TP and OP minus WP.
Very good. Because TP is actually equal to which P?
WP.
WP.
Very good. TP is equal to WP. Turgor pressure is equal to WP. What is WP?
Wall pressure.
Wall pressure.
All those who are present in the class, if at all a numerical comes based on DPD, will you be able to attempt? Sure.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Okay, fine. Let's move on to the next topic. Now, imbibition we had finished yesterday. Osmotic pressure. Pressure applied by a solution, I was just telling you, to prevent the inward movement of solvent or water. See, beta, osmotic pressure is represented by the symbol, again the same symbol. You remember? What was the symbol I told you yesterday? Xi. Sorry, pi.
Xi.
This was xi. Let me show you both so that there is no confusion. One was xi and this is pi. See this. This was xi. See this sign. This sign was what? Xi. What do we call this sign as?
Xi.
Xi.
It is not pi. It is xi. I must have written somewhere for sure. See this. Represented by, this is the sign and xi. How do you pronounce it as? PSI, xi. But osmotic pressure is represented by pi. Pi to 22/7 maths wala pi. Pi to you've done now in mathematics. So remember, osmotic potential is represented by which symbol? Pi. How do we define it? The potential of water to move from a hypotonic to hypertonic solution is called osmotic potential. Potential I already discussed with you yesterday in the second period as well. What does potential mean? The power, the capacity. So the power of the water to move from which solution to which solution? Tell me.
Hypertonic solution to hypertonic solution.
Hypotonic.
Very good. It is known as osmotic potential. Now Xi S, I had done this with you yesterday. Xi S is equal to solute potential. So osmotic potential is also called as Xi S. So if I say osmotic potential is pi and osmotic potential is equal to Xi S, that means pi is equal to Xi S. But there is one main difference. Pi is always positive. That means osmotic potential is always positive. But Xi S, that is solute potential, is always negative. Let me revise this with you very quickly. Solute potential is always negative. Those who were present yesterday, we did water potential Xi W. You remember we did Xi W yesterday?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. And we said that Xi W for pure water, the value, standard value of Xi W for pure water when no solute is added.
0.
Very good.
Zero.
It is 0.
0.
And when two good children, and when we add a solute and it becomes a solvent, then the value of psi W increases or decreases?
Decreases.
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 Decreases. Excellent, my children. So if it is decreasing and originally it was 0, that means the value of psi S becomes
Negative.
Negative.
very, very good. So awake equilibrium, water potential is higher for pure solvents or for solutions?
Higher
me.
for pure solvent.
Pure
Higher.
solvent.
Yesterday we did an example where we took pure water and we dissolved sugar, and then we checked out whether water potential will be higher. Tell me, water potential would be higher for pure water or will it be higher for a sugar solution?
Pure
Pure
water.
water.
For pure water.
This
Pure
concept has
water.
very good. And we also said that it is assumed that pure solvents have a Xi W of how much? What was the value?
0.
0.
Zero.
So solutions will have a lower value, you just told me. That means Xi S will be equal to what? What values? Positive, negative or 0?
Negative.
Negative.
Osmotic potential is actually the power of water molecules or the potential of molecules to move from which solution to which solution? Hypo to hyper or hyper to
Hypotonic.
hypo?
Hypotonic.
Hypotonic to hypertonic solution.
Yes, very good. And what is the sign used to represent osmotic potential? Like for water potential, we were using Xi. So for osmotic potential, what is the symbol which is used?
Pi.
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 Pi. Very good. Pi. So mathematically, pi is equal to Xi S, but only the signs are different. Pi is always positive because it is the potential of water, and Xi S is always negative. Okay. Now we are going to come to the next topic, that is wilting. Anybody knows what is wilting? Have you ever come across this word? I'm sure you've come across this word when you did plant hormones in class 10. Abscisic acid, gibberellins, cytokinins. Did we do this, PGRs?
Ma'am, actually that chapter was removed.
Oh, you all batch is the lucky batch. I forgot only that the chapter was removed. Never mind. We have another chapter in class 11th where we'll be doing plant nutrition. I'll be dealing with those things again with you. Koi baat nahi. Lucky people, huh? But beta, whenever you get time, read the chapter. Don't leave it as it is. We are coming to next term. This is wilting. Okay, beta? When you see leaves in a plant, and there are 2-3 ways when you get to know that ये पत्ता अब खराब हो गया. This leaf is now no more fresh or no more green. Can you tell me common symptoms? Tell me. Tell me. One is very simple. It becomes yellow, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
It
ma'am.
becomes yellow. You immediately say, "Oh, this leaf is now bekar ho gaya." Any other symptom? Have you ever seen the edges of leaves getting rolled up,
Yes, ma'am.
curled, a little bit
Yes,
Yes,
curled up?
ma'am.
That is wilting.
Yes.
What is that process known as?
Wilting.
Wilting.
Wilting. Okay. So now we are going to study about this process, wilting. Okay. We have done about imbibition. We are going to study about wilting now. Now, see beta, when does wilting occur in plants? Very simple concept. Whenever water availability is less and transpiration is going to be more, the leaves will undergo wilting. Tell me very quickly, what are the two conditions when leaves undergo wilting?
Water
Water
available
available
is less
is less.
and
Water
transpiration
availability
is
is
more.
less and transpiration is more.
Is more. What is transpiration? What do you mean by transpiration?
It was,
Loss of water from the aerial parts of plants.
Yes, loss of water from the plants is what we call as transpiration. Very good, children. Now, if water loss is more, that means transpiration is more, but availability of water is less, then in such cases, leaves will undergo which process? What is the term we are about to do just now?
Wilting.
Wilting.
Wilting. Okay, now understand there are
Wilting.
2-3 types of, very good. There are 2-3 types of wilting. And we'll see why we have these different kinds of wilting. So wilting occurs when H2O availability is less and transpiration is more. There are different stages in wilting. The first stage is when wilting is not visible. It has just started, but it is not visible. I mean, the process is already started in the leaves, but from outside, you cannot see that leaf being curled or rolled out on the edges. This initial stage, okay, is known as incipient wilting. What is it called?
Incipient wilting.
Incipient wilting.
Incipient wilting.
Children, don't get confused. Sometimes I'm using some words or some terms which are not given in your NCERT. Okay. I'm generally trying and including some terms which are important from competitive point of view also. So I've added some things in the notes. So whenever you're studying, study from the notes. But when you're preparing for exams, writing exams, and prepare from NCERT. Is it okay? I'm making it very clear to you. There are many words or many terms which you will not find in NCERT, whatever we are doing in the notes. So whenever you're revising or you're studying, study from the notes. But when it comes to assessment test, so it is, we are bound that it will be from NCERT. So that's a different topic. So very quickly tell me, what are the two stages what are the two conditions which cause wilting?
Water
Water
availability
availability is
Water
less
availability
and
less
less
and
transpiration is
and
more.
transpiration is
transpiration.
more.
And transpiration is more.
Now the first stage when the process of wilting has just started, I mean leaves के अंदर process start हो गया है, but externally it is not visible. What is this wilting called as?
Incipient wilting.
Incipient wilting.
Incipient wilting. Now the second stage of second type of wilting is temporary wilting. You will see visible the drooping of a leaf. Drooping means what does the word drooping mean? Leaf droop हो जाता है means it hangs down, नीचे की तरफ झुक जाना, bend हो जाना. It is not straight. Normally what happens is the leaf stands on its own force, but sometimes it bends down. That is known as drooping. What is it called? Drooping. So second stage is if the leaf is drooping, you can see it is visible. But as soon as deplasmolysis occurs, it comes back to its original position. This kind of a wilting is known as temporary wilting. Very quickly, yesterday I told you about plasmolysis and deplasmolysis. Yesterday or day before yesterday, I don't remember now. What is deplasmolysis? Getting water or losing water?
Getting water.
Very
Getting
good.
water.
And
Getting water.
plasmolysis was shrinking when the water loses cell. What was that process known as?
Plasmolysis.
Plasmolysis.
And when water comes back, the plant is getting water back and everything is going back to its original size and position. The process is deplasmolysis. So sometimes what happens is the wilting process has just started and water availability is there. Water is available for the plant. So the leaf undergoes deplasmolysis and it comes back to its original position. What is this wilting called as?
Temporary wilting.
Temporary wilting.
wilting.
Supposing you have a pot at your home, some plant, and you don't water it for 7-8 days. You will see your leaves, the leaves of the plant are drooping. And then you water it, keep it in the sun. Again, after 3-4 days, the leaves, in Hindi, what we say, मुरझा गया पेड़. मुरझा गया कैसे पता चलता बेटा? Leaves नीचे को सब bend कर जाते हैं. That is drooping. We generally say, अरे पानी नहीं मिला, ये पेड़ मुरझा गया. In common words, that is temporary wilting. As soon as you'll give water, it will take a day or two and it will come back to its original position. Such kind of a wilting is known as temporary wilting. And the third kind of wilting is what we call as permanent wilting. In permanent wilting, what happens is permanent drooping of leaves will take place. Even if you keep on giving water, the plant will again not get deplasmolized. And this happens when you give water after a time when the leaf has completely drooped off. Supposing you leave a plant for 1 month and the leaf is entirely drooped off and then you give water, the leaf will not come back to its original position. The leaf will not be able to take back water and undergo the process of deplasmolysis. So it has wilted now, permanently wilted. So how many kinds of wilting are there?
3.
Three types of.
Okay. Very quickly. The first stage, when the process of wilting is already started, but we cannot see this process externally. What is that wilting called as?
Incipient wilting.
Incipient will.
Okay. The second type of wilting, when we have temporary wilting, visible hair, you can see that wilting process is started. But if you give water, the plant undergoes the process of deplasmolysis and it comes back to its original position. What is this wilting called as?
Temporary
Temporary
wilting.
wilting.
Temporary wilting.
Okay. And if a plant droops, the leaves are drooping, but they do not get water for a long time. And then the leaves permanently droop off and shed off. What is this process called as?
Permanent.
Permanent wilting.
wilting.
Okay, very good. So how many kinds of wilting we have done? Quickly,
3.
three.
3.
I'm going to hide this. And now let me see. Coming to a very complicated topic today. Who will tell me about wilting process? Very quickly. 3 types of wilting. Or you can speak together. I'm absolutely okay. Chalo, who will tell me? Fatafat. Start. You can help each other. What are the 3 types of wilting?
Incipient wilting, temporary wilting, and
Incipient,
permanent
temporary
wilting.
wilting, permanent wilting.
Okay, very good. Now I'm going to start a very complicating topic before this. So let us revise what we've done. Tell me what is incipient wilting.
When wilting has already
Wilting
started,
When
but it
wilting
is
is not
not
visible.
visible.
but has just started.
Which is the next type of wilting?
Temporary
Temporary
wilting.
wilting.
Tell me about
Temporary
temporary wilting.
wilting.
Tell me about temporary wilting.
The leaves droops, but when we give water, they deplasmolize themselves.
Yes. So when the water is entering, the leaves come back to its original position, deplasmolysis. And what is permanent wilting?
The permanent drooping of leaves.
Why do you think there is a difference in temporary wilting and permanent wilting? This question should have come from you people. Why do sometimes the leaves undergo temporary wilting, the other times they undergo permanent wilting?
Ma'am, the time period in which they are getting water.
Yes, beta. Very good. The time period during which they're getting water, that determines whether the wilting is going to be temporary or it is going to be permanent. Okay, now let's start. We are moving on to a complicating topic. This is absorption of water. Now, how does a plant get water? The question must be coming in your mind. And the answer which simply comes to your mind is the roots. This is what you get the answer. How does how does a plant get water, beta, for survival? Tell me very quickly.
From roots.
From root.
Root. But have you ever thought there are small, small bushes and there are huge trees, people trees and neem trees? So is the process of water transport same in these small bushes and those huge trees? Let's talk about very tall trees. You've seen banyan trees, you've seen neem, people, all these big, big trees. And big trees maybe sabse upar wala part, leaves. Water reaching that part also. See, the top part of a big plant is green. That means photosynthesis is taking place. So obviously it is getting water from roots or not? Did you ever think how water reaches from the roots to such heights? Has anybody thought about all these things? No? Chalo, never mind. Today after this topic, you should be able to explain it to me. Absorption of water, how? Water moves in 2 ways, beta. We are going to divide the entire process of water transport in 2 steps. Just for your convenience so that you understand it quickly. How many steps have I divided it into? How many steps? 2 steps. Okay. Just for your convenience, we are doing it. The first step is water being absorbed from the soil to the roots. Only from where to where? Tell
Soil
me.
to
Soil.
Yes. to, from where do roots take roots take water?
From soil.
Soil.
Very good. And which part of the plant takes it?
Root.
Roots.
Yes, the roots take it. So the first step we are going to study this, that how the roots are going to absorb water from the soil. This will be our first step. And the second step is what we call as ascent of sap. Okay, that is the water will move from the roots through the xylem to all parts of the plant. Clear, everybody? We have divided the entire process of water absorption into two steps. Which is the first step we are going to study? Tell me, first
Absorption
step.
of water from root.
Absorption of water
from
from
soil to
roots.
root.
From
Yes,
soil.
absorption of water by roots from where?
Soil.
Soil. So in the first step, your water has already reached the roots now. And in the second step, we are going to study how water from the roots is going to reach all the parts of the plant. Everybody is fine. We are going to study the next topic, that is absorption of water. Absorption of water, we have divided it into two steps. Now I want the boys to answer. Yes, boys, my dear, tell me, what is the first step? Just for your convenience so that you remember it very clearly. Tell me, what is the first step we'll divide into? First step is what? What happened, boys? Please answer. Which is the first step in absorption of water?
Absorption of water from soil to roots.
Yes. And the second would be?
Ma'am, ascent of sap.
What does it mean, bache?
Ma'am, water from when water goes from roots to upper part by xylem.
Yes, very good. If you can see this small plant that I've drawn, see this such a small one. Can you see the roots? I made an arrow.
Yes.
There's a line.
Yes,
Line
ma'am.
shows the soil. Okay. So the first arrow tells you the first step in absorption of water. That means your roots are going to absorb water. And then the arrow on the top, the water is reaching the leaves on the top of a plant. Can you see one leaf where we have an arrow inside? The small plant. What does this show? Through the stem, the water has reached the leaves also. This is going to be a second step in the absorption of water. It's a complicating process. Just trying to explain it to you. But before I explain it to you, the absorption of water, you know about root hairs?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody know
Yes.
what a root hairs?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now the first step, I'm going to explain it to you, that how water enters from the soil into the root hairs. But for that, a very quick revision of the structure. Okay, that is very important about the different layers that water is going to cross. I'll try to explain it to you with the help of a diagram. Wait. Anmol Mohan is in your class.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Because when I post the link for other class, other class students sometimes they start joining. See, beta, it is not a very neat and tidy diagram, but I'm trying to explain it to you a little bit. Very quickly in this class only, I wanted to finish it. See, these are root hairs. Can you see these protruding structures? ये दो दिख रहे हैं बेटा? What are these?
Root hairs.
Root here.
Root hair.
You have to learn with me here only. So water is going to first enter from the soil to these parts. So you should number it as number 1, root hairs. Just behind the root hair over here, if you can see these cells, these are epidermal cells. These gol wala cells. What are these cells? Epidermal cells, which form the
Epidermis.
cortex. Very good. They form the cortex region. These epidermal cells, they form which region of a root?
Cortex.
Cortex.
Yes. Okay. And you can see these black dots over here. These are intercellular spaces. These black, dark dots which I've tried to make. And I've written it over here. What are these spaces?
Intracellular spaces.
Intercell.
That means these epidermal cells, they have intercellular spaces. They're not very close to each other. There are some spaces between them. So chalo yahan se karte hain. First, the water is going to enter here. What are these structures? Number 1,
Root
Root
here.
hair.
Then they are going to enter the cortex region. This cortex region is made up of which kind of cells? Please read this.
Epidermal cell.
Epidermal cell.
What is the arrangement of these cells? Are they tightly packed or they're loosely packed with spaces?
Loosely packed with spaces.
Loosely packed.
Very good. So number 1 was root hair. Number 2 is epidermal. Number 3, when water is entering from outside in the root, this is the third layer of cells. This is endodermis cells. These are the cells of which layer? These were epidermal, they are endodermal. Which layer is this beta andar wala? Endodermis. Please read what is written over here.
Endodermal.
Endodermal.
Okay. They are what kind of cells? They are loosely arranged parenchyma cells. What cells are these? These were epidermal cells. Endodermis is made up of loosely arranged. Which cells are these?
Parenchyma
Parenchyma.
cells.
Now, one thing you need to remember, very important, if you can see this, I've tried to make these dark lines on some cells. Can you see this bound margin over here? Dark margin.
Yes, ma'am.
This is suberin thickenings.
Yes, ma'am.
But if you see, I have not made it in all the cells. First cell has, second does not have. Third has, fourth does not have. That means there are some cells where suberin is present. This dark line, this one, this one, this one. So there are some cells where this is present. What is this material? Tell me, what is it? Suberin. What is it called?
Suberin.
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 Suberin is impervious to water. Remember this material, suberin is impervious to water. Iska matlab kya? That all those cells which have suberin, water will not be allowed to, or water will not be able to enter those cells. Clear for everybody? Understood what is suberin?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just explaining the structure in this period. And there are some cells which do not have suberin. See the second one, the fourth one. These kind of cells are called passage cells. What are they called?
Passage cell.
Passage cells. So water, when it is entering, number 1, it is root hair. Number 2, it is going to be epidermal cells. It will cross over here. I'll tell you the process. Then it will reach the inner endodermis. Now, after crossing the endodermis, here there is a problem. Water is not able to cross all the cells of the endodermis. We have different kinds of cells. In some cells, we have thickenings, deposition of, I know it's a very untidy diagram. You people make neat ones and tell me. What are these thickenings of which material? Tell me quickly.
Suberin.
Suberin. In some cells, see suberin. What is the quality of water, property of water? Suberin is impervious to water. However, there are some cells over here which do not have suberin. Okay. So will they, what are these cells called? Those which do not have water, what are they called?
Placid.
Passage cell.
Passage cell. Can anybody guess why they are called passage cell?
Because water can pass them.
Very
Pass
good,
through them.
very good. They give way to water. That is why they are called passage cells. So when I said absorption of water, I'm going to divide the process of absorption of water into 2 steps. The first I told you was absorbing water from the soil by the roots. तो बेटा इसको visualize करो, सोचो, सोच के रखो हमेशा. This is how you'll always remember. चलो, मान लिया you have a plant and you've given water to the plant. Water will first enter which part? Who's going to absorb? Number 1 was what, children? Structure.
Root
jaldi
hair.
se.
Root hair.
Very good. Root hair. Number 2,
Epidermal cell.
Epidermal cell.
epidermal cells, which have what between them? Are they tightly packed or are there some spaces?
Intercellular
Yes.
space.
Intercellular
Yes.
spaces.
And all the epidermal cells, that area together is known as which region of the root?
Cortex region.
Cortex.
region. So we had root hairs, we had epidermal cells. Please remember them in sequence. Number 1, root hair. Number 2, epidermal cells. Okay.